Today on My RC Life, I install Freestyle RC carbon fiber axle braces and Treal 0° C-hub spindle carriers on my Losi LMT.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another bit of shop time with Traxxas Mike. Today we're working on this color changing beauty, the Losi LMT. I'll give you one guess on what's wrong with it. Oh, broken axle housing, you say? Wow, you're a good guesser. I do have a Treal front housing coming. I didn't order both of them. I'm kind of hoping that my back one will hold in there for a while. What I do have is my good RC buddy Jeremy from a couple towns over. Got talking to him on the old messenger service, and I'll be dang, he didn't have a whole axle housing for me. So that was awesome. We ended up swapping a few parts back and forth. He really hooked me up. Awesome. Not only did he give me this, he gave me a set of 4 used UDR tires that I was in desperate need of. A used X-Max rock and roll body with the clip system and stuff into it. Just needs a little TLC back here, but hey, that's okay. It looks better than one of the bodies and one of my X-Maxes. And a used Traxxas UDR body, which my UDR body is hit, let me tell you. So yeah, I got that as well. And he gave me these cool little lift kit plates for my Clod Buster. That's pretty sweet. And he came up with this awesome little idea for the kingpins that slide out a lot on these LMT axles. You got these Traxxas pins here, and you trim them off short, and then you screw these in, and you have no more problems with your kingpins loosening up and falling out on your LMT axle anymore. And here's what I'm talking about. Right here, these little set screws here, they tend to strip out, I guess. Now, I've only had mine pulled out one time, so mine hasn't stripped out yet. But when they strip out, they won't hold these kingpins down in place. So when you're bouncing around, bashing your monster truck, these will fall out, and then your C-hub will come loose on the truck. So what you do is you cut these pins about right there, and then you thread these down in there, so they got a thread that holds them in rather than that small set screw there. Pretty good idea. I love it when other people think of cool little things like that. Good job, Jeremy. That was some smart thinking. Smart guy. I got my new Axleshafts I ordered because I broke one of those. And then I ordered a set of plastic spindle carriers. But then I did get a set of aluminum spindle carriers as well. Yeah, here's my broken axle shaft. I got one good one, one bad one. They come in packs of 2. Now, another thing I got is these axle supports here. Okay, so originally I thought I broke my whole axle, but it wasn't. It was just this outer piece here, this guy here. So, yeah, I didn't need to get the whole axle, the whole housing. So I'm going to use this. I actually do have a small chip right there, but that's superficial. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, this side broke this guy, and then on this side, it broke the axle shaft. So anyways, I opened up this package from Jeremy, and look at the shoddy frickin' workmanship on this frickin' axle that they sent him. Can you believe that? This was unopened, people. They got to do something about these. Look at that. They got to do something about these. These are untapped screws. You know, this is brand new. It's never been installed. They got to do something about these axles. They need to be recalled, revised, and resent out. Because this is ridiculous. Should look like this. But here's what we got. Wow. There wasn't enough plastic in the mold. You can see what happened. Come on, Losi. We're paying $400 plus for a roller and $600 something for a ready to run. I mean, we don't want this kind of stuff. That's a little bit ridiculous. So yeah, I'm just going to be using my stock axle. Like I said, it didn't break. I do have a small superficial chip right there. So I guess I could put this piece in that I got from Jeremy if I was worried about that. But I'm not really too worried about that. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that. Alright, so I'm going to put these Treal spindle carriers on here, these aluminum ones. So that means we're going to start by taking off this other side. These 4 bolts on this other side here. These are 1.5 millimeter, just little guys. But they're really long. Alright, so we got that other plastic one off there, and they are marked left and right. Now the aluminum ones do come with a socket head cap screw rather than a button head screw. So we're going to want to utilize those. These ones are marked with just an R and an L. And they will only go one way. See, that's the steering stopper. Okay, it goes on a little tough, but you can get them on there. Now with the Treal socket head cap screws, they jump up to a 2 millimeter. So they're a bigger Allen wrench size than the 1.5 millimeter button heads. You're screwing into plastic, so you don't want to tighten them way up to where it strips them out. Come back through with your hand tool. Okay, time for the left side. And judging by the shoddy workmanship on this axle, some people may have trouble putting these on. Like this side went on really easy for me, but this side was kind of a bugger. I had to work it in, and you heard it click on there. It went on hard. This one, really easy. So you may have to, you know, work it in and tap on it lightly. Who knows? Get these 4 socket head cap screws on. Hand tool. I don't want to open up my new axle shafts and pull one out of here. It don't matter which one because they're both the same length. And for these, you're just gonna stick them in there and kind of twist them till you feel them fall in the dog bone. There it goes. Okay, once it's in there, I'm going to want to loosen up these set screws to pull out these kingpins. Now I'm not going to use the bolts that my friend Jeremy gave me. 1, because I don't have them cut yet. And 2, my set screws aren't stripped yet. I'm sure they will in due time, but they're just not right now. Okay. So our kingpins back down in there. Come on, kingpin. See, it's still sticking out a bit. Maybe I need to loosen this set screw up a little bit more. Come on now. Vice grip hammer. There we go. Be really careful not to over tighten these, because that's when you come up with the stripping out problem. All right, we got the next kingpin. Might have to move these hubs around a bit. There we go, we got it in there. Okay. Move over to this other side. Stick it in here first. Then might have to steer your steering servo left or right a bit, just like I had to do there. Loosen up my set screws that hold the kingpins in. That one fell out. Pull that one out. Okay, kingpins back down through the hole. Next one. Okay, got those in. Now the next thing is we got these axle braces. Now it does not come with any instructions. Looks like it's got 8 flathead Allen heads. First thing we want to do is unhook our arms here. Right here and here. We want to unhook those. 2mm. Okay. Now some are out of the way. You also have 2 flatheads down in there and 2 in there. Total of 4. And these are also a 2mm. Now remember, these go a certain way. See the angle and then the angle on the axle? So I've got to make sure to put those in a certain way. Okay, and what you just heard fall is the nut out of the back side of this, but on that one. It just fell out down in the body, so make sure you don't lose those nuts. Okay, now it looks like these guys go on just like that. And you have to use the provided flatheads, not the existing flatheads, and I'll show you why. That is why right there. They give you longer threads on the new ones that come with, because the thickness of this, you know. Oh, and these are marked left or right if you do mix them up. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on right over top of your axle support here. Grab some of your new longer threaded bolts. Still a 2mm. Put your little nut back in there if you lost it like me. Got it. Get your hand tool out. Put your link bars back up into place here. Dang it. Okay, got that in there. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to it, guys. I guess I can go ahead and put the tires back on now. Take your wheel hexes. This thing's got big old pins too. Just a smidgen of blue Loctite, the old Loctite stick. I like to use this on certain things. These are 8mm lug nuts, if you need to know that. And I'm going to flip it right around to the back, pull these tires off, and put the rear axle support on as well. Pop out your old screws. Put in 2 new. Put your housing on. And it just come to my attention, these are marked left, front, or right rear. So, depends on which axle you're working on, where they go. right front or left rear. Alright, got that housing support installed. Sometimes if it's hard to get these bars put back in here, you can put a screwdriver in here and kind of twist it a bit, like a bigger screwdriver, and it'll spread them out, and then they'll drop in there a lot easier. I don't know if you could tell how much of a problem I had on the front axle, but it was kind of a bugger getting them in. See, it's kind of having a hard time going in. Stick this screwdriver in there, spread it open a bit, bam, slides right in. Alright guys, now these back together. Might need to smack a couple of these babies on there. Some Treal stickers. There, that looks better. You gotta rep the parts you're rocking, right? Alright guys, next we're going to have to run it out in that fresh 18 inches of snow or whatever we got out there. Alright guys, I'm Traxxas Mike from My RC Life, and I'll see you later. Bye guys.
Feel free to leave a question, comment, or a suggestion below.